Well, Mr. Donald Trump has proven himself to be the big BS artist I kind of suspected him as being. But I wasn't 110% sure about him. I kept flip-flopping back and forth because the only thing I was sure of was that he has somewhat of a patriotic streak. That's legit. Like Hillary's got zero patriotic streak at all. And he's somebody that could be easily manipulated. He's got a big ego. I know that too. On the flip side, I also knew that he would never be able to do everything he promised because you can't make too many enemies. You got to ally yourself with some kind of people to get at the worst people to say you're legit, right? So you're not going to be able to do everything. I knew that. But one of the big things he kept saying was about the wall, which, immigration, when I look at it like this, illegal or legal immigration, I don't care what it is. It's as long as the government doesn't pay people all kinds of money for doing nothing. If you're here illegally, quote unquote, and you're doing jobs that nobody wants to do, fine. But that's not the situation, right? It's even if you're here legally and the government's giving you all kinds of money, including your grandparents getting Social Security, which you never put into or something, well, it's breaking a bank, right? And that's the number one thing with the problem what's going on right now with government. We got $21 trillion plus now debt, plus the unfunded liability. So what does he do? He signs a, 1.3 trillion or 1.4 trillion omnibus spending bill. Now that was the whole reason the South really sent, well, not the only reason. It was tariffs and it was, bleeding the government dry with special interests, big money, the big railroads, the big manufacturers up north. Like I always said, secede from the swamp. That's a good one, right? That's an expression that could be modern, that would explain what 1861 was about. People might understand it a lot better. But now Trump is actually proven to be worse than I kind of suspected. Initially I thought he was a big time. I was starting to get somewhat convinced because he was so consistent in his message. But I knew what he was saying was never going to be all true. But I figured, hey, there's going to be some aspects, maybe he's going to do some things right. But people would start thinking, oh, he's playing 3D chess, 4D chess. He's not going to sign the omnibus bill, and he did. And the whole point of that is, big government is the problem. All of it is that's the whole problem right there. If you just, whether you agree with this issue or that issue or that or some other issue, you got to scale back the size of government because we're going broke, man. You can't spend all that money. In other words, we're going to go broke, and that's going to dissolve the United States completely, totally, because political stuff doesn't mean nothing as long as if the money's not there. As a matter of fact, you know what? You see so many people in the military and also the Secret Service, the FBI, the CIA. Watch how dedicated they are to the United States if their page stops. It's always a big game. Oh, yeah, I'm just doing my job. They're order followers. Not much different from Nazis when you really think about it. But, I don't really like a lot of people in uniform, to tell you the truth, because they take away, they give up their moral obligations to make conscious, correct decisions by saying, I'm just going to follow orders and wear this uniform. Hope everybody respects me and get a paycheck and see if I can fool the public for as long as possible. Most of the public's fooled by that, especially conservatives, which I am not a conservative or a liberal. So, but Trump, man, this guy, he's turning out to be what I thought he was in the beginning. And I candy coated some of the stuff I said about him later on because I was getting hammered by people. I remember putting out a video. I said, I know these type of people. He's a scammer. He's a bullshit artist. You don't know what the hell he's going to do from one moment to the next. That's exactly what the hell he is. It's like he's about me, number one. He's not going to want to be looked at as a bad guy, but the other side of it is too, they got him, and you notice the major media is putting out all this stuff on the porn actresses he was with, and the non-disclosure agreements, and what's her face, Stormy, whatever her name was, about the $20 million she got to keep her mouth shut. She supposedly did a breach of contract. You see, there's a lot more on Trump, but there's stuff on all of them. As a matter of fact, all these politicians, they got him. That's why, you know, that was the whole freaking purpose behind Epstein, right? Make sure you don't have to pay the politicians off. You got dirt on them, you can ruin them anytime you want. Anyone who gets out of line gets ruined. So with Trump, he's another Bill Clinton. Hey, man, what do you think? The guy was buddy with Bill Clinton for all those years. I knew this too, but I was thinking, I knew about the accusations with Trump before. And I didn't mention too many of them because I wanted Hillary to lose. I mean, that's how bad Hillary is. And I can tell you right now, even the people that are really the ones running the country, which Putin realizes that they are the ones running the country, not the president, they still don't really want Trump in there because Trump could be, he's a little unpredictable. He is unpredictable for anybody, not just us, but also the quote unquote deep state, right? You don't know what he's going to do. So, even though they got him kind of by the cojones, more or less, but the deal is, you know, next thing where I think there's a glimmer of hope for the gun issue, not is from him, but from his two oldest sons. His two oldest sons are very much pro-gun, and they're going to say, hey, Dad, what are you doing? You know what I mean? They might. I don't know. They might influence him somewhat. I don't know. That could be. I don't think Trump really gives a damn about the gun rights at all, man. Not in the least. He's just been reading cue cards the whole damn time he was in office. He used to be for partial birth abortion. I mean, if you're for abortion, partial birth abortion is like killing a baby, man. I mean, like freaking right when they're getting born, you know. And you know, he was for gun bans, and he was for illegal immigration. He was attacking the hell out of Romney for being mean-spirited to the immigrants. And to tell you the truth, I don't care if it's legal or illegal. The way I look at it is totally from the money angle. If somebody's coming over from the border and they get here illegally and they're doing jobs, you know, say they're doing body work on cars or something, they're fixing motorcycles or whatever the hell they're doing, man. You know, and they're making their money. I don't give a crap. You know what I mean? I don't care. These conservatives are like, you got to be legal or illegal. You know what I look at it like? The government just doesn't pay people all kinds of freaking benefits and money for just because you came from somewhere else or some garbage and you brought your family over or something. Hey man, if you're gonna do a good job, I don't care if you're here illegally or not. I don't care. That's not the point. But you know what's making us go broke and what's making California go broke is, man, you could be there legally, for crying out loud. It doesn't matter. It's like if you're getting a bunch of money from the freaking state of California or something like that, and you're not doing much work for it or not doing anything for it, well, it's making the place go broke. Done. You know. So to me, I don't give a crap where the hell you come from. If you're doing something that's freaking needed by somebody over here and they're willing to pay you money for whatever your services are or produce is, fine. I don't care. It's free enterprise, man. I'm all for that. I'm not going to stand in the way of freaking stopping people from making money. Got it? That's my whole logic, which is neither conservative or liberal. How's that? But, you know, with Trump, he is the consummate bullshit artist to the max, man. He has been. Anyway, I'm out here doing some more stuff on my motorcycle saddlebags. I'll probably have something up on my other channel here, American Russian Survival or something. Kind of like a little MacGyver thing. And I'm just out here just working on some junk. Yeah, so, anyway, this is my, I got my freaking, what do you call it down here? The Confederate flags laying in the ground. It's actually my motorcycle cover and stuff. So, anyway, I'm gonna just, you know, keep commenting on this stuff. I think I've been more accurate than most people. I have been flip-flopping on Trump a lot. I have been over the last couple years. But, you know, that's pretty much the message I'm getting on this guy. And I was candy coating stuff because my subscribers didn't like me saying anything bad about him. I kept saying to myself, this is the same kind of bullshit artist I know. He's a big money freaking sales pitch guy. The big money guys don't necessarily know all the details of, like, they're not engineering smart. They're pretty smart. I mean, they could be fairly engineering smart. They could be fairly smart in a lot of stuff. But basically, is very street smart, and they're very good talkers on their feet. And tell you the truth, I've been noted for that also. I've defended those kind of guys, and I've also been noted for being influential with clients. But I'm not on this YouTube stuff to be making money or something. I'm really here to try to help people out, really, and provide some kind of common sense. What it comes down to is the South's got to rise again. I mean, for crying out loud, even the Northeast has got us to rise again. And you know, we got to like put the walls around the financial district of New York City, the wall around I don't know, Tech Valley or something there in Sacramento, whatever the hell that is, and also the wall around Washington D.C. Then, you know, the big money can all go to hell. That's what I look at it. So anyway, but you know what's going to happen? I don't know. As we sail off into the future, I'm going to tell you right now, this is a little bit, it's bringing me back to what I initially first thought of Trump. Didn't trust him at all. I honestly started trusting him somewhat, because I figured, you know, if he's lying, he's like really, really lying a hell of a lot. But I know his stances he took during the, you know, the election time when he's campaigning was totally opposite of many of the stances he used to have. And then some people were pointing out he used to have those stances back then, but actually he had every stance there was. He was across the whole freaking board. He flip-flopped all the time. He's almost like a politician before he became a politician. But that's really what the big business guys are about. They always are like that. And Chucky Schumer got his $60 billion tunnel, which probably has a direct construction cost of $2 billion. And I don't know, maybe the rest of it just goes into fat cat's pockets or something with fluff money. And that omnibus bill actually stops them from building a wall, period. But like I said, the wall is not really the issue. It's, you know, I don't care. Like I said, I don't care. That's my stance on it. Man, they all missed the point. You know, it's legal or illegal. Why does the government pay all these people coming over here all this money for what? I mean, back in the old days, I remember, I'm half Italian, man, yeah, I can remember, like, there was distant cousins and stuff. They were working up in the coal mines in down in Pennsylvania, east of Pittsburgh, up in a super cold mountains with a lot of snow, deep underground in the coal mines, as Italian immigrants. So, I mean, you know, who the hell wants to do that job, right? Not too many people, right? So, I mean, you know, if you're going to be doing that and you're coming, even if you're illegal, so what? I think my aunt my aunt did come here illegally. She said she was a U.S. citizen. But, you know, they didn't have all these freaking, well, she's no longer with us anymore, but she got away with it her whole life, you know. She was born in Italy, actually. She said she was born in the United States on a boat. You know, and that's what she got, you know. Hey, back then they didn't have all these computers, you know. You could bullshit around a little bit. I think there's a few people that are Italian in my family did that too. I'm half Italian, half Confederate, whatever you want to call it. But you know, it's like this. I think I did read Trump pretty damn good. The only way you're gonna have to be able to stop this guy is total freaking scorched earth, lack of cooperation with the government as much as possible that you can get away with. That's all I tell you, man. I don't want to give you any suggestions, because this is, you know, a channel that you can't do that kind of stuff on these kind of airwaves, right? Anyway, over now.